Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and hi. So today's video idea kind of came out of nowhere. It's a Monday today and I have literally nothing to do. I mean, I do have to edit, but I'm not going to because when do I ever follow my plans? But yeah, I don't really have plans of going out anywhere today. I don't really have anything to do specifically, and so this video just came out of nowhere, or the idea came out of nowhere. So I'm addicted to my phone, which is a problem, I know, but I am. Who isn't? This thing causes so many problems these days, but I am obsessed. And like I said, I have a free evening ahead of me, and like I don't really want to be sitting on this thing and just spending my evening like that. So I've decided that for today's little challenge video, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour book apocalypse. So now if you don't know what that means, because I don't know myself, I'm gonna try to explain it to you. This is the definition of an apocalypse. I don't really know what it is, what the word means. I just don't know what the definition is. So here's it for you. And in today's video, I'm basically just gonna pick out a set TBR for myself and pretend that no more books are being published, no more books are being written, anything. The zombies have taken over, which that is out of pocket, but here we are. My Delulu mind had to come up with that. But anyway, today we're gonna pretend like I have only a set amount of books I have left in this world to read, and we're gonna try to read those together. I'm gonna spend like 24 hours seeing how much I can read out of that, which I could potentially just make this video simple and say I'm reading out of my TBR, but like none of this is from my TBR. I don't know. So I'm just gonna see what I'm doing for the next 24 hours. I'm gonna try reading. I'm not gonna do like a reading for 24 hours straight, or like reading for 24 hours but like broken down. I'm just going to read and we'll see how much I get done. I'm not going to force myself. This is going to be like a realistic vlog, and yeah, let's just go pick out a TBR. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do right now for like the TBR picking, I'm in front of my shelf. It's like a mess, but here we are, and I have like a little timer here for like a minute. So I'm going to start this, and I'm going to take a minute to pick out like a few books for my TBR for like this video, so like it's fair, and I'm going to try to stick to that. I have to stick to that, but anyway, yeah, let's start this. Oh shit, okay, I should be fast. Bye. Okay, I'm like contemplating. I've got like a few. I've got to be fast, but like I'm trying to pick between one of these, and I don't have very much. Oh my god, should I get my Kindle? Yeah, I think I'm gonna run and get my Kindle, but like which one should I get from these two? And the timer is over. I did end up getting quite a list of books, so I'm gonna show them to you now. And so, I have picked quite a TBR. This is my tiny but not so tiny TBR for this video, and this is over ambitious because I cannot finish literally so many books in like what, 24 hours. I can't, but here we are. So I did realize that by picking my Kindle I'm technically cheating because I have so many books on my Kindle pre-saved. So I've decided that I'm gonna let myself pick only one book to read out of like so many I've got on my Kindle. So I'm technically not cheating in a way, and I've got like a bunch of physical books picked out as well. I'm gonna quickly show them to you so that you know what I have chosen, but I'm not gonna tell you why I picked them. If I do pick them in the video to read, I will explain why, because I'm not gonna sit and explain why I picked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why I picked 7 books out for a video that's gonna be a realistic reading vlog. But here we are. So anyone who wanted me to pick Fangirl, I'm so sorry. I went for Love and Other Words, but I will be reading that, so don't worry. I also took The Book Thief, which is very sad, I've heard, but this cover is beautiful and this is supposed to be death. I am concerned. Tears might be shed, but this is kind of thick, so that was a bad idea, but we will see. Dark Matter is supposed to be like a mystery thriller. It's supposed to be fast-paced, entertaining, whatever. I need something fast-paced because if I want to finish reading this realistically in 24 hours, I need something fast. Magnolia Parks. This is supposed to be like a toxic drama situation, and like I don't want to be boring myself out in this like video. So we have a toxic drama right here in case I do get bored, so I can get to this. I don't know why I picked this. I just think the cover is pretty. It is pretty. All the other covers are beautiful, but this one's really pretty too. So yeah, a fun little, I don't know, fantasy book. Is it fantasy? I don't know. We will get to it. And I also ended up picking Flawless, which is currently a reread I'm going through with a friend, and she's pretty far in, so I would love to like get through this book. I think I have only like 100 pages or less than, yes, I have this much, less than 100 pages left, and I would like to finish this off along with the other books, because yes, why not? I'm not really getting the time to read this otherwise, so might as well do it, you know. And I also ended up picking the second Goosebumps book, because if you watched my previous video or my next video, I don't even know when it comes out, but it's reading spooky books for like a week, but it didn't turn out to be a week, it was more than that. I did end up reading the first book in the series and I really loved it, and I know this is for children, but I'm loving the web series right now, so I'm gonna let my heart do what it wants, and I took the second book as well, and maybe we'll get to it. So yeah, this is our little ambitious TBR for this video. Did I literally just blank out? I think I did. But anyway, let's get to reading. Hello guys, so now it's 7:07 and I have finished our first book for the video. So I didn't really come in to update and say what I'm starting or whatever. That's actually because I did not really start anything new. I was in the middle of a perfect vintage. If you watched my previous reading vlog wherein I went to the bookstore and then I filmed a little bit after. But I started a perfect vintage in that, and I told you guys in that video, because I was not able to finish the book then, that the next challenge video I'll be filming, I'll try to finish it in that. So today I was just like, you know what, before I start filming anything for this video, I quickly want to sit and grind this book out. Because if the zombies took over, wouldn't really want to DNF a book. I would like to finish every single book I have, because I have only a limited amount. And that's what I decided to do with Perfect Vintage. So I finished that book. I ended up giving it 2 stars. I did not like the way it panned out. I feel like it could have had more depth, and so many different things in the plotline just didn't sit right with me. There were a couple of loopholes I did not agree with, and the main character, she felt insufferable. The other characters kind of felt a little annoying. If you want my full in-depth review, you should probably go watch that vlog. I spoke so much about this one book specifically in that video, but I have finally finished it. I feel like it's been, I don't know, 20 days since I've been reading this, and I'm finally done. So I feel so amazing about myself right now. And that was the first book we were reading for this video. So I actually started this video around I filmed the intro at like 2:30 in the afternoon. Then I actually started reading for it at 4. So I'm going to count the 4 o'clock reading timing as tomorrow's reading timing to stop, because I want it to be like the perfect 24 hours. And realistically, I think this is what I would like to do with my 24 if I had nothing else to do as well. So I have finished A Perfect Vintage on my Kindle. I know I said I'll be reading only one book on the Kindle, but that was me referring to one full book. And this had only 50 pages left. And even though it's like taken me about 3 hours to read 50 pages, I did take multiple breaks in the middle, because again, we're being realistic here. And my reading speed wasn't as great, because I kept like, my mind, it kept getting distracted, going away, whatever. But we're finally done. I feel so good about myself, even though I could have potentially just DNF'd it. But then again, zombies have taken over. That's what we're saying. Also, do my fairy lights look good? Off topic. But anyway, that's why I'm filming here. I think I'm like really pumped to just go pick up another book now. I'm so excited because A Perfect Vintage is finally over. That book put me in a bit of a slump, and I'm so excited to get out. I'm looking at our options right now, and a couple of them are really like calling my name. So, let's just talk about that. Okay, so this is our like little list of options. I'm thinking at the moment I want to go and read Flawless now, because the whole finishing a book after 20 days, especially when I was not enjoying, and getting it off my Goodreads currently reading was like so nice that I want to remove Flawless off now as well. Because I actually think I've been rereading it with my friend for like a month now. I mean, I'm not grumbling. She is a bit of a slow reader because she doesn't really do booktube and stuff, bookstagram, whatever. She doesn't do that. She's just reading because I told her to, and that's really nice of her, but I'm kind of bored of like, going on and on with the same book. So I think I want to get this off my radar, but then also I want to read Goosebumps, the second book, because the first book was so good. I just feel like it. I finished it a couple nights ago and I just feel like reading this. But then at the same time, I've been hearing so many good things about this one, and then this morning itself I saw a quote about this book. So like I'm kind of like on different terms, but I feel like I should go into this. That would be the logical decision, because I have only 100 pages of this left, and if I finish this off, we could say we potentially finished 2 books so far in the video, and then we could like go into one of these, and I wouldn't really feel bad about not reading as many books and giving you guys as much to like watch, you know. I want to make quality content, and like while I am putting quantity into this video, I do want it to be interesting enough to watch, because I'm not sure if me just ranting on and on is boring or whatever. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read Flawless now, because I feel like going out and sitting on the porch for a bit right now. I was in the house the entire time while reading A Perfect Vintage, and now I'm just sick of being in my room. So I think I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go read outside, maybe on the porch, get the lights on, whatever. I'll give you guys a couple of clips, I'll take you along with me, and I think it'll be fun, because I'm not in the mood for anything sad right now. I don't want to start a new fantasy, because that's kind of, you know, overwhelming. And yeah, that's it. I am definitely excited to read this and that, and maybe even this one, who knows. Maybe later in the night I might pick this one up, because like I need something fast paced. But for now, I think I'm just gonna stick to Flawless, so I can, you know, get it done, get it off the list, and have another book to my added read books, you know, adding up to my Goodreads goal. And that sounds pathetic, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, I'm gonna read this now, and goodbye. Hi guys, so same position, it's a couple hours later, more than. It is 11:28 right now, which is fun because I hardly read anything. This challenge is not going according to plan. I made it to page 318, and if I remember correctly, this is the point where the third act conflict takes place in the book, because I've already read it, I'm just rereading the book. And I was not in the headspace to continue with it, but I think now I am, because I ended up going in for dinner. On the porch I read nothing. I literally read nothing. My sister was with me. We were just talking the entire time, gossiping, one may say, and yeah, I got nothing done. And then at the point when I came back in the house, I read for a little bit. I got to the third act conflict, and I was like, nah, this is not happening. But it's happening clearly. And then I went in for dinner, had my dinner. Now I don't know, I'm just in the headspace, you know. And I kind of want to read a little more for this video, because even if I'm stopping it at 4 in the afternoon tomorrow, I know I'm like one of those late sleepers, wakes up really late the next morning as well. Like, I like sleeping early, but then I don't do it. I like the idea of it. It's just something usually happens, and that something is usually the phone. So tonight I'm thinking I want to at least get this done before I go to bed, and maybe start something new for the vlog. And I'm not really sure, but I am ready to get back into this. I ate half a tub of mango ice cream, and all that sugar is in my brain right now, and I think I'm just ready, you know. Like, I know I'm not gonna get sleep now. I'm 100% not gonna go and hit the sack. Actually, I might, I don't know. But like, I'm on my bed right now, and I mean, that's like the best spot to read, honestly. In my opinion, I love it. But I'm gonna stay here, I think, and I'm gonna read for a little bit. I wanna get one of those clips most booktubers do, with like the lights in the background and like nothing else. And I know that's terrible for your eyes, but yes, why not? So I'm gonna get one of those. I am not that sleepy, so I'm gonna read now, and that's it for a little update. I hardly read anything, but again, I'm loving this book. I'm reading it so much faster than A Perfect Vintage. I can't with that book, I'm sorry. I've been thinking it over, and I kind of want to like reduce my 2-star rating to, you know, something lesser, but I feel terrible doing that, because the author did put like her time into making it. It's just it didn't hit for me. But anyway, back on to the subject of Flawless. Let's go finish this book, and let's see if I can start something new tonight. I don't want to be pulling an all-nighter, but we shall see how it goes. Yeah, okay, my brain is just not braining. Yeah, goodbye.
Hi guys, so now it's actually been a week. If my voice sounds weird, I'm gonna get to it in a minute, but it is Sunday today and I started recording this video on Monday, and that was the very same day I actually fell sick. So after my last update, I think... What did I say? Okay, anyway, I actually ended up reading Flawless that night. I don't know if I updated. I think I did, but I'm not too sure. And I wasn't able to finish it, unfortunately. I had like 30 pages left. And around that time, I was sneezing. I was like all over the place. I was a mess. Maybe you noticed in like the clip or whatever, but like after that it just got really bad. And the next day I woke up sick. So it's been a week since then. I have finished Flawless, which is the first book in the Chestnut Spring series. It was my reread. I gave it 4 stars, and there's actually a plot twist at the end of the book that, because I heard it on audiobook for the first time, I did not get to like flip pages for the chapter and like figure it out myself or like cheat myself into looking at it by accident. And this time I had like the build up, I had like little details that I missed the last time building up to this plot twist, which was so fun. I highly recommend this book to anybody who just wants a good time. It's a good book for like a palate cleanser in between like other books you're reading, other heavier books, which brings me to the next book. I started that one Kindle book I told myself I will, and that is called She Started It. She started it. Anyway, I did start the book, and oh my god, was I holding this upside down? Yeah, okay. I started the Kindle book, I think, on the 2nd? No. I finished Flawless. I took a break that day, I think, and then like a couple days after that I did start it, and I just read like a couple chapters, I think, up until yesterday when I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna pick it back up. And this vlog was supposed to be a realistic reading of me in 24 hours, but clearly I fell sick. So I've decided I'm gonna give you the previous clips, but I want to give this challenge another shot. So I have been reading all day today. I actually started exactly at 12, so that makes up for like the last time I stopped at 12. And I told myself, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep reading this entire day, not until tomorrow's 4 p.m. because I started on 4 p.m. the first day, and that's because tomorrow is gonna be like a really hectic day for me, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to read. So I want to finish it off today. The book is 350 pages long. I have literally no clue how much I read up while I was sick, but I did pick it back up. I read a significant chunk last night. I went to bed at 3:30, which is not helping with my throat. It's literally not helping with my voice. That's why it's messed up. And I woke up late today. I continued reading. I have been reading. It's so funny. It's 7, I think right now, 8 maybe, 7:46 in the evening. It's been a week, clearly. And let's just say the book has broken the word book slump for me, and I'm so invested I cannot stop. I started at noon. I've just been going and I'm just binging this book, and this book is like 350 pages long. I am about 220 pages through it, which means I have like 130 pages left. That was fast, and I can't wait to finish. I need answers. This book is amazing. I highly recommend anyone read it. It is criminally underrated. Again, I feel like just like a perfect vintage, I may have picked this up at the wrong time. It's like a summer mystery thriller that takes place at a beach. So essentially there are these like 4 friends, and back in the day they used to bully this one girl, and they bullied her a lot, but you don't actually know what they did. They're just these references that they bullied this girl. And now it's 10 years later. This girl has actually invited them to her hen party, and she wants them to be her bridesmaids in her wedding. And turns out these 4 are the only ones who are actually invited. She doesn't have anyone else. So now they just go on the trip because it's like a first class vacation to an island in the Bahamas, and she's paying for all the expenses. So they're just like, wow, free trip, let's go for it. They go for it, and she starts doing all these like weird things. She's taking revenge, and I'm here for the ride. So something happens around the halfway point. That is what I wanted to come in and say. That blew my mind, and I don't know how the story is going to continue from here. I'm like 65% through this book, something like that. Like I said, 130 pages. I think I can sit up again today and finish it off because I want to make myself even sicker than I already am. And this is realistic for me because if something hooks me in, I'm just gonna ignore all responsibilities, stop looking after myself, and read it. So I'm hooked. Let's read this. But yeah, it's looking up to be very highly rated right now, which I'm so happy and so excited for. And I don't really think I'm going to pick another book up from that physical TBR I showed you at the beginning of the video, but this book, I think I made a good decision. So even though I'm not picking anything else up, this is more than enough to compensate, in my opinion. And yeah, let's finish with this clip because I've been talking a lot, and let's go read the book. I'm loving it. And also, the lights in the background, all the vibes with this book, amazing. I found a playlist on YouTube because my Spotify was not working for some reason. It is hitting right now. I will show it to you in a clip maybe later. This playlist is kind of perfect. I recommend it for anyone who wants to read this book. They just like go hand in hand. I think it was made for this book. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibes. I'm loving the mood, the setting. And even though it's not the time for like a summer mystery beach kind of thriller, I'm eating this up. I think I just really like books with characters who need help, like desperately. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Before I go and spiral off, because that's what's happening right now. I'm ranting. Anyway, yeah. Bye. I have finally just finished with this book. It's quite literally 3 a.m. and I literally cannot stop crying, but it's done. I don't think it was meant to be this painful, but I mean, I'll come talk in the morning. I need to gather some thoughts right now. I'm just not too sure. Hi guys, so it's been more than a couple days, but I needed to process the ending of the book, the way the things panned out in it, and so I took the time out. I have been thinking a lot about that one specific book, and let's just say I really loved it despite everything. So I ended up giving this book like 4.5 stars, and that's because I actually guessed the plot twist. I had like 2 far-fetched theories going, and like pieces of both the theories were like combined to make the ending of this book. So I feel like it's like a fun, predictable thriller, but sometimes you just need that to get your like hopes high up, and to also have something that is not like boggling your mind too much, because I don't really want to be reading something that's so complicated that it's like messing with my brain. And yeah, okay, I enjoy stuff like that occasionally, but not always, because maybe if I'm on like vacation, if I'm reading this at the beach, I don't really want to be stressed out reading it. I want to enjoy and have a good time, which is exactly what happened here. So the book, it follows the 4 different friends from that group, and there are like 4 perspectives, but there's also the killer's perspective from the book. And it was just so interesting going along and figuring out who it was. I was like on the edge of my seat. I was like so excited. As you saw in the last clip, I was reading till pretty late in the night, and it was actually a school night, so the next day I was like tired, I was exhausted, I was not able to focus because my brain was still there, and also the lack of sleep was hitting. But it was totally worth the read, and I'm super happy. So I also found out that the author, she's coming out with a new beach mystery. I think I'm making that up, but it's like a summer mystery book set on like a ship, I think, or is it a yacht? Something like that. It's on a cruise, I think, and it's coming next year, so I'm like super excited for that as well. I can't wait to get my hands on it, read it, and yeah, I recommend this book to like everyone because it is so good. The writing is so good, the storyline is great, the way the book just pans out, and then the ending, it had me ugly crying. It was 3 in the morning and I was sobbing. Can we just, I need someone to go ahead and DM me right now so we can talk about it, because the way it was written did so much to me, and it was literally like 3 in the morning. I said that. But yes, if you have a sibling, specifically a sister, this book will hit you harder, because the way just read it, alright? Just read it. I have one very favorite character whose perspective I think you get at the very end, and you're gonna have to read the book to find out. The only thing was that the bullied girl, I wasn't really like, you were supposed to feel bad for her and vibe with her essentially, but I didn't really feel that bad throughout the book. Because like we weren't told how she was bullied until the very end, and that's when I started feeling really sorry. So that is something I wanted to say. I didn't really hate the toxic friend group until what it actually panned out, and I still hate them. I hate them. I despise them. I don't want to give away anything and spoil the book for you, but like I wanted to talk at the same time. So we have issues. But yes, the ending, the conclusion to the story was like, it was definitive and it was quite a bit of closure, but at the same time, I need something more conclusive. I need something that actually just, it wrapped up very well. I just need something more, and that's just me personally. I want the author to write an epilogue, a bonus epilogue, whatever, and considering this is a thriller and I don't usually ask for it in thrillers, that is saying something. So 4.5 stars for She Started It. I love that book. I love the author's writing style. I love the way she like comes up with these things. I don't know how she did, but I loved it. And I'm super excited for her book next year. And then coming back to the books we read in total for this video, because I never actually gave you an outro. I finished A Perfect Vintage. I finished that. I feel like it's been quite a while now. I don't even care at this point. I haven't thought of the book not even once since finishing it. I just hated it and I was happy to be done. The way the story panned out, the pacing of the book was just not it. Like, it was very slow at the beginning, and the end, I feel like it was wrapped up too fast. I feel like the last 10-20 pages were just rushed, and like, I didn't really like it. The entire book, I feel like, was just build up for the very end, and the end wasn't even good. It was just there. So that is that for A Perfect Vintage. I'm giving it a 2-star rating. I don't know if I'm going to stick to that or reduce it in the future, but just know it's not my favorite read of all time. That's all. Yeah, that's it. And then I finished Flawless in this video, my reread. I love this book. I can't wait to get into the next few books in this series because I haven't read those yet, and I think my friend's gonna finish up this week as well, so maybe I can start soon, who knows. But Christmas is also coming up. I'm excited to be reading like Christmassy books, so we shall see what happens. But just know, this book is the best. I recommend this to anyone. I am like giggling thinking about it. Just go read it. I gave it like a 4.25 because like I love the story, I love it, but I feel like it's very good world building for the rest of the books that are to come in the series that have already come. And honestly, I'm totally expecting like another few 5-star reads from this series just because of how good it was. Like, my favorite character's book just came out a couple months back, or was it a month back? I don't know. I have it. It's called Hopeless, and it follows my favorite brother. So that's the very last book in the series. It's a 5-book series. I can't wait to get to that. I can't wait to read the other character stories as well. And I'm just really happy I reread this, so my memory is refreshed and I can go into those happy enough, knowing all the stuff I need to know, the background, and yeah, I'm just really happy. So that is it for the little challenge. For all the people who want to know how many pages I read, before I fell sick, I managed to read 51 pages of A Perfect Vintage, and I think it was like 106 pages of Flawless, which makes our total 157 pages of reading. But then I fell sick and I didn't really get to like read throughout the entire like 24-hour span or whatever. So I tried again with She Started It, and this book, I don't actually know when I picked it back up the second time when I started whatever in that 1-day span, but I do know I read the first couple of chapters, so I'm going to assume they were like 20-30 pages long, and considering the book was 350, I think I read around like 320-330 pages, considering how much I like already read in the past and then minusing that, so the challenge is like real. And thinking back, I don't know where the time flew. I don't know how I read all of that. I just know the playlist was hitting, the story was hitting. I was just in the perfect headspace. It was like right book, right time. And I feel so... Honestly, I'm hung up after that book. I feel whiplashed. I want to go back in there for the first time ever. So I'm like super jealous of anyone who gets to do that again for like the first time. But yes, that book totally hit. I'm so excited for any future books from the author. I said that like a million times, but yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Comment down below. Comment anything you want me to know. Comment if you have any recs related to the books I read in this video and what you think would cater to my reading taste, reading preferences. And yeah, that's it from me. I will see you in our next video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!